Well, if architecture is when you place a cube in space, you build a building, and it stays exactly that way for the rest of time, landscape architecture is the same thing, except for that stuff gets rained on and snowed on, hopefully lives, and moves, and grows. So it is something that is amorphous and is always changing. It's life, it's building systems, and hopefully doing so in a beautiful way.
Landscape architecture is the bridge between people and their environment.
Landscape architecture is how you can give architecture purpose and a place. It's how you get where you're going. It's really the conduit. It's the marriage of the building to the site, to the land. And I think that's pretty important.
What is landscape architecture? Well, landscape architecture is the greatest profession in the world. It's every scale, every climate, every culture.
It's the hardscape designs, the fountains, creating people places and people experiences as they move from point A to point B.
Weaving everything together, mixing nature and the environment. And it's a fantastic profession.
Well, for me, landscape architecture is the creation of space and how it affects all the other disciplines that we're working with. How the space works with the architecture, how it works with the engineering. We kind of become a jack of all trades because we have to consider all these things as we go through design work.
Landscape architecture is not botany, it is not civil engineering, it's not architecture, it's not gardening, it's the ability to wear all of those hats and to speak a little bit of those languages and synthesize that into something beautiful.
You know, landscape architecture is a great amalgamation of different sciences. It's, you know, it's part horticulture, part civil engineering, part architecture and art.
It's about using everything from drainage and materials and grading, setting up environments for people to live, work, and play in.
For me, landscape architecture is taking an open space that has no program and transform it and enable it to allow for activities through the use of different landscape materials.
It's really infusing all of those kind of design elements together for the built environment.
The built environment relies not on one profession to choreograph and design the world in which we live, but it involves many professions to create a holistic and comfortable place where people can live and grow and learn. And landscape architecture is really kind of the thread that weaves a lot of these things together. It weaves buildings, it weaves communities, and it's the basis upon which architecture and building and communities can grow.
Within the creation of space, there's a big responsibility. It's an embodiment of all different aspects of architecture, engineering. We have a responsibility to include those as we design. You have to have tremendous consideration of the effects that it's going to have on the user and the other disciplines that you're affecting.
I don't necessarily separate landscape architecture with architecture or urban design. In my mind, I think all of those three disciplines are working with spaces.
It's about space, it's about the things that surround you, and it's about living in an environment.
Trying to define an environment we want it to be, not to appreciate and not to use the resources we are living in. So it should not be our goal to create environments that are not sustainable in the region we are planning in.
What is landscape architecture? To me, it's a wonderful profession. I don't know what other profession you could be engaged in where you can create beautiful outdoor spaces and just living environments for people to enjoy.
Landscape architecture to me is the blending of science and art.
Richard Heiser cutting slots in the desert and Robert Smithton doing the Great Spiral Jetty.
I think landscape architecture is an art form. It's something that people used to apprentice for years in order to do and to practice.
But right now it's a Home Depot profession. It's something that people try to go out and do themselves, and they don't understand the importance of having a professional there doing it for them. And when you have a really good professional who really does care, they give it purpose. They give the design purpose. And that's something that needs to be respected more. So in a nutshell, it's not as respected as it could be as a profession.
What is not landscape architecture is all manners of things that are without the necessity of a design decision.
It's not understood, and yeah, that's my answer. It's not understood. That's what it's not.
I don't like to think about what it is not, because it's everything that I am.
It's not shrubs, it's not bushes, it's not a pickup truck and a wheelbarrow. Landscape architecture is a very comprehensive design profession.
It's not gardening. It's not just planting trees. It's not a bench. Although it's not all those things, it can be all those things integrated with each other.
I think it can be a lot of things. It can be everything that people think it is. It can be people that put in the trees and the shrubs, but it can be a lot more than that. It's parks, it's building experiences, it's building places for people to live their lives, and it's doing that with an eye on sustainability and an eye on what people want and how people want to live their lives.
Everything in between, everything you don't quite see, it goes beyond the sight, it's everywhere.